So in terms of what I want to look at today, please, firstly, we'll have an introduction. There'll be a brief recap for anybody who attended my 2021 and 2022 sessions. We'll just go over some of the areas that we covered there. Don't worry if you didn't have the opportunity to attend those sessions, because we'll cover it in enough detail that you should all be able to get to grips with what we're discussing. We'll also have a look at changes afoot and what's currently happening and what's in the offing with the inquest system. We'll then have a legislation update, looking at some of the changes which have taken place during the last 12 months or so. We'll then go into changes which have taken place with the Chief Coroner's guidance as well and his law sheets, and we'll just have a consideration of some of those. And then finally, we'll look at case law developments over the last 12 months as well. There's been some really important developments, particularly dealing with PFD reports to prevent future deaths for anybody who's not familiar with the term, and also going back over what is very common territory for anybody practicing an inquest, which is Article 2 compliant inquests as well, and having a look at the impact that there's been there. In the instant case then, the High Court stated that a coroner is under a duty to issue a PFD report and must do so if the statutory criteria are met. The High Court then referred to what those statutory criteria actually consist of. First, there must, 1, be a concern arising from the investigation that circumstances creating a risk of other deaths will occur or continue in the future. And secondly, the coroner should have formed the opinion that action should be taken to prevent the occurrence or continuation of the circumstances creating a risk of death, or to reduce future deaths created by those circumstances. Now, certainly just pausing there, for anyone who has read the Chief Coroner's guidance on PFD reports, you'll have seen that it makes the point that the concern does not have to have been causative of the death in the particular inquest. It can instead just be a concern which is emanating from the evidence which has been heard at the inquest. And of course, the High Court hit upon the fact that certainly when you look at limb 2 there of the test, there is a significant subjective element which feeds into that. The point was made, in full agreement with the coroner, that of course the coroner can issue a PFD report after the inquest has ended.